Could have yours, or I got myself a lazy man's gate opener. Just arrived today in the post. I'm going to put a motorised gate opener here. I have a pole coming up off here with a solar panel. It's a solar and or grid powered. Solar powered. The motor will go here. I just got to get my measurements because I've got to get it an inch away from here minimum. So might be a bit tight the way I've designed this pole here. I designed the pole like that so I think it'll fit. That'll work. The body is, I think the body is a little bit minimum between the posts, whatever it bolts to, and the gate itself for minimum 1 inch distance. So it should be alright to put the motor here. And it opens and pulls to open, so the actuator arm goes to about here. I can just stay in the car, press the button on the remote, and this gate will open and close for me automatically. Pretty handy device to have, a lazy man's gate opener. That's where the batteries go in. It's got 2 Chinese SLAs, Land Plus. They do have a 9 amp hour version of these. I wonder if I should get them. Extra capacity won't hurt. The Power AGM did have a 9.5 amp hour in this form factor, like what I bought before for my UPS. Well, they don't appear to sell it anymore because a 9.5 amp hour in this physical exact same size form factor, that's good value for money. But they just don't have them anymore. It's a bit of a shame. I'm going to top them up from 10 to 15 minutes on the C-Tech. They're about 12.6 volts, but the ESR was a bit high and the cold cracking amp was a bit low. I want to just give them a little bit of a top up before I commission them. That way, because you know, whenever I install at the end of the day, there's no sun. I want to test them full power straight away. 20 watt solar panel, which if I don't get bugger all sunshine, I can probably use a solar panel up on the roof there. It's not on this. Use that big solar panel. Upgrade the solar charge controller because I got bugger all sunlight here. It's right next to the neighbour's house, and the neighbour's house is blocking most of that sun there. For that solar panel, for that gate, it'll work, but if I use that one there, put that one there on it, and a bigger charge controller, that'll compensate for the lack of sunlight on certain days. That's just a suggestion anyway. And if I really wanted to, I could chuck these 2 batteries here on it. That'd be perfect then. It'll never go flat. It's a 24 volt, 500 or 50 watt. Doesn't use much power though. It's pretty straightforward. Pretty easy to do. You set your measure where you want it to go. So I'll install it. Then you got to open position measurement, then close it, then set the limit switch accordingly inside here. Adjust it to accordingly to your gate, and that's it. They make all kinds of versions of these. They have a sliding one and everything. I'm going to change the front gate to a sliding gate and get one of these for the front gate so it slides. A wall push button for your house. The passcode keypad. Lots of cool things. So it has a 500 kilogram. This thing can lift 500 kilos, this actuator. Pretty strong. Made in the People's Republic of, or Pooh's Republic of Communism, Winnie the Pooh's land. There's your limit switch there, you move that up and down. Okay, well it's pretty straightforward. It'll take me maybe a day or 2 to install this. Once I get the measurements all right, set this thing. There's the bolts. That goes on the gate. That's your other pivot bit. That depends on how you... Depends, that's just like a spacer. When you lock that, it locks onto here, and you bolt it to that, and it locks at the angle to get the angle right. I'm probably going to need that because my actuator's got a fat ass on it. Because the actuator's got a fat ass. If I put the actuator here on its own bracket, it's going to hit on here, and the gate will open to about here, and it'll hit the arse of the actuator. Well, I want it to open all the way. to about here. Right there's where it's got to open to, so I might have to use that bracket and set it accordingly. That's a pretty strong steel there. This is tough. I just drill some big holes in there. My new nearly refurbished Actuator drill. My new 6 amp hour batteries. The first project using my new refurbished drill. So I'm looking forward to that when I get a chance to do it. It's just under $500. It's pretty good to have. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's just a pull to open gate, not push to open. Push to open would be on the other side, but it's got to be inside the property, so it's pull to open. And if this thing somehow dies, you can release the gearbox of there on the motor in neutral, and this thing just opens manually. But got a warning sign there in case someone gets killed. Handy. Nice project when I get a chance. I've picked up a 100 amp Australian made alternator. That's going on my Commodore, my VY. Got a good upgrade for it. It's in pretty good nick too. Had low use. So I upgraded to 90 amp hour. 90 amp I mean. Got a new little storage cabinet that goes under the head unit. There's always break on those Commodores. Got a new one of those. New lock actuators there because the red bit's stripped out. And I got a dash mat, finally. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.